Next up at UFC 288, we have Movsar Evloev taking on Diego Lopes in a short notice
Dana just
step
came
up.
out. Bryce has hurt his back in training somehow in the last.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
Okay.
Dana
Yeah.
just had a video about it. So
I bet.
protecting
I
his boy.
bet. That is it. That is what it is. Because so Bryce Mitchell dropped. If you didn't know, Bryce Mitchell dropped a couple hours ago. We don't even have odds yet. Actually, can you see if there's odds right now, please?
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. There was no odds when we started filming an hour and a half ago, and Bryce Mitchell was in embedded. Back looked fine. No issues.
I'm
All of a
healthy.
sudden,
Great camp. Worked hard this camp. I'm healthy. I'm feeling good. Ready to take this guy. He's been disrespectful to me. Clown.
guys, I went in on him. I went in on him on my Quick Picks video, and for him to just back out like this is very much.
He literally was gonna be my lock of the week, which was not gonna be very popular. But I literally thought that he could definitely win that fight. So I know a lot of people hate Bryce, but I was convinced that he was going to win that fight. He was going to be my lock of the week, and now here we are. Diego Lopes, lock of the week.
So anyway, Movsar Evloev is undefeated in his career. He has 6 fights and 29 takedowns in the UFC. He's taken on UFC returner. He was in the Contender Series in 2021, but this is the first official UFC fight. Diego Lopes, or Lopes, 21-5 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak coming into this, stepping up on just a couple of days' notice. Movsar Evloev is a wrestling beast, right? He's a fantastic wrestler. He does use his striking well to set up his takedowns. He's not diving at legs. He does set his takedowns up, and he does a really nice job. He'll send a long jab, he'll send a right, and he'll leave that out there, shuck your head, and then chase the leg, right? There's actual wrestling takedowns here.
Huh? Wow. Show it off.
And
get the leotard.
I just did.
No, get the leotard. Throw it on. I'll
called,
entertain him if you want to go put it on.
It's called a singlet.
You still have it though, right?
No, of course
Top
not.
drawer? Top drawer?
Why would I have a singlet?
It's still rubbed down from the nipple ring?
I told you my mommy ripped that out. Anyway, Movsar Evloev, nasty wrestler, but he does have nice striking as well, right? He's got somewhat technical striking. It's not amazing, but his striking is there, and he can piece you up. If you go back, look at the Grundy fight, he was taken down a bunch of times, and taken down a bunch of times, but was able to win that fight with the striking exchanges. The striking is what carried him in that fight because he had no takedowns.
I think Grundy had a total of like 11 total strikes landed.
Because he was shooting desperately, but Movsar was able to light him up on the feet. Got taken down, but I don't see that happening in this fight. He's taking on Diego Lopes. And it might be a new name, but it shouldn't be a new name because he fought on the Contender Series. He's been floating around on the regional scene since 2012. Very experienced guy. He did lose on the Contender Series to Joe Anderson Brito, and this poor bastard had to fight Joe Anderson Brito on a Contender Series fight, and now Movsar Evloev in an actual UFC fight. Like that's a rough stretch. 2 killers for different reasons. Style-wise, he's got solid BJJ. He's mostly using that BJJ when he's in trouble, press against the cage, but he's a well-rounded guy, and he's really loves to come forward, just bombing away, throwing heavy power shots. He's chasing finishes. His striking can get wild, and then he chases those finishes, but he keeps things in combinations, and he methodically works forward until he can uncork. Like, he will stay patient, working forward, and then as soon as he thinks he has his opening, he'll just bomb away like crazy. Doesn't use his wrestling too often, but it is there if he wants to. And then very, very, very slick, dangerous jiu-jitsu. Diego Lopes is very solid. I mentioned it sucks for him that this is his UFC debut on short notice. He has beaten, he can beat a lot of featherweights in the UFC, and he can actually have some success in this division, but I don't think he's going to win this fight. I think he's going to get taken down essentially at will. This is going to be a 3-round decision because Movsar is not dangerous, doesn't put people away. Don't bet the under on this. But Movsar, whenever these odds drop, is going to be a massive favorite, as he should be. He's going to wrestle his way to a win here. What do you think, Jakey boy? Also, Jacob hates Movsar. What do you think?
Dream. Believe. And make it happen. And I believe it. That's exactly what Diego can do in this fight. Listen, I'm not really an Evloev hater per se. Obviously, he's had some boring fights. He's obviously a very skilled fighter, but he's not dangerous. I mean, the truth of the matter is, in the hands, he's not dangerous. In the grappling, he doesn't really even have great control. People do get up on him, and he has been getting in some trouble. You mentioned the Mike Grundy fight, the takedowns. He is susceptible to takedowns. That's the reason why it's pretty cut and dry. I mean, he is susceptible to takedowns. Bryce can take people down. He was the first person to ever take Ilya down in his MMA career, and Bryce has incredible top control, and Evloev really doesn't. So I figured that Bryce could scramble out positions, but I kind of see the same thing here. Now, this is a flyer, and this is going to be one of those inside the distance decisional action plays. I think this is one of the best places on the card because it's going to be wild. It's probably going to be plus 200, plus 300, plus 400, something like that. But this dude, Diego, does not stop, man. I mean, he is tough as shit, dangerous as shit. That Joe Anderson-Brito fight was wild. He almost had an arm bar, almost had him in a darce, almost had him in a knee bar. This guy is nonstop off his back, and mixing that in with the kind of lack of control that Evloev has at times, there could be some wild scrambles here. And he's slick too with the guillotines. Now, and I'm very anti-guillotine. You'll hear me on the live streams. Don't pull guillotine. You're just getting up on your back. But in this situation, though, as good as Diego is on his back, his best chance to win this, I think, is a Hail Mary submission. He's got some power in his hands, but I think Evloev can stay safe on the feet. He knows how to keep distance. He knows how to keep range. But I think Diego's got to pull guillotines and just try to work scrambles. And I think there is a world where he comes in, short notice, tough as shit, and finds a situation where he finds that Hail Mary submission. So it's not going to be a great pick. It's not going to be put a money line pick on Diego. I'm going to pick him because I hate Evloev. I am a little bit anti-Evloev, but I think that he finds that Hail Mary submission in a big moment for him. He's a tough kid, man, and he's nonstop off his back. I think he finds it inside the distance decisional action. I think is a play because Evloev's not dangerous. He probably most likely is going to lose a boring decision, but this dude's live, man. I mean, he is nonstop off his back, and I think there's going to be some wild scrambles.
Listen, I agree with everything you're saying except the pick, right? I agree with everything you're saying except the pick. I think Diego's tough, dangerous. The grappling's going to be sketchy, but I think we're going to get a whole lot of wrestling here. Go ahead, make the stupid noise again. Oh, parlay buster. Go ahead. Okay,
put
so
that on Twitter too.
Jacob's last couple of fights. Kron Gracie's going to be the better striker, and Diego Lopes is going to win. That's Jacob's breakdown.
I love my Brazilians
on this card. Anyway, I'm very confident in Movsar Evloev. Very confident. Yes.
And give me the odds.
We don't know what the odds are, so what do you want to bet?
I know, but whatever it is, I don't give a shit what it is. Well,
I don't want to wait for them. It might be minus 1,000. I'm not betting anybody minus 1,000.
Not as confident as we once thought 30 seconds ago, huh? I'm very confident, Movsar. All right, let's bet. With the odds. Oh, well, if it's...
what are the odds? Name some odds.
What are the odds?
Do you want 3-1? I'll give you 3-1.
I want what the odds are. It's probably going to be plus 350, plus 400, whatever it is. Why are you being a pussy now? I'm very confident in Movsar.
We don't know what the odds are. Who would commit to a bet without knowing the odds?
Well, if I was very confident, I wouldn't give a shit. I don't know what they are, and I'm betting right now.
You don't give a shit about anything. You're telling people to pick
I don't know
Diego,
the odds either, and I'm willing to bet.
Win.
He could come in at -1 or plus 150.
Anybody's willing to bet is when you know it's going to be a massive underdog.
We don't know that. The guy's very dangerous.
If it's -500 or less, I will bet you. Okay? Do you accept?
Yeah, I said whatever it is. So you want to put a little stipulation on it for a little baby face over there. You fucking shit stain. Tickle shits.
$9,400 in DraftKings, and he's worth every penny because even though he doesn't finish anybody, the dude averages 6 takedowns and all the minutes of control time. I see more of that here. WeOnPicks.com.
Mike Grundy had him in a darce. That submits 90% of the people.
Somebody had the best comment. Somebody had the best comment when you were doing almost. Okay. Diego Lopes almost won a fight that he didn't win. Congratulations. Great. Almost.
This will be fun.
Okay.
This is going to be fun for me.
You've paid me the last 5 times we've bet.
This is going to be fun for me.
I'm happy to take more. Anyway, WeOnPicks.com. Become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. And you're going to see all of Jacob's incredible bets on this card. I actually do think you're inside a distance decision, no action. When that drops eventually.
I mean, we're trying to promote premium, then you just thought about just trashing all my bets sarcastically.
I was going to say all your phenomenal bets on this fight, but there are none yet because there's no odds.
I'm definitely putting a fucking unit on inside the distance decision.
I like that bet a lot. We obviously, again, There's no odds it doesn't
that's
exist.
That's going to be fucking plus 300, plus 350 at least. It's fucking working.
Probably because the odds makers, Movsar is going to be a minus 1,000, and Diego Lopes, they're going to give him those odds. That's what you disagree. That's what they're going to do.
Minus 1,000. I think it's going to be minus 450 open, push to 550.
I think it's worse than that. I think it'll probably be minus 8, 9.
There's no way.
He was already
Diego's
a 3-1 favorite.
Man, I mean, he's not clueless. Jesus,
I hear
People
you.
know that he went the distance with the Jordan. That was short notice. He had him in multiple situations.
I'm not saying I would put the odds that way. I just think that's what's going to happen. Anyway, WeOwnPicks.com. Become a premium member. If you're already a premium member, link your Discord so that when those props drop and Jacob hammers it, you get an alert to your phone instantly. Because that's what's going to happen. That's the beauty of linking Discord. Premium is on the website, but we do have some private Discord channels that you can unlock. But the rest of the Discord is completely free and public, so join that and hang out. WeOwnPicks.com.